your portal. So we are basically getting into businessing.
It's not a problem.
This is the simple outline of an environment. We usually see at customers to do that. What we owe is basically very feature,
But if you wanted to go
very
back
rich
to public money,
solutions
then
to that. Here we've been working on credit. JXFS is the Java-based framework for banking environment. We have been working on the banking stuff for retail quite a bit. So there's lots of things which fall into place here to make that.
The team on NPFS supporting spend activities behind the scenes, and if you allow us to client right into the machine to your internet to get the report, so I'm surprised SAM doesn't support the transport.
Okay. I think we will probably want to take that as an offline discussion.
I mean, we don't have a very fixed and rigid, I would say, agenda, but we can actually maneuver to accommodate everybody's concerns.
And get it to your choice. So it's whatever gives E and what is E. And if you have a very big user comment section, on every comment and every option, you have a varying, but still a lot of comments down there that explain different.
Actually, that wasn't hard to do. Intel was pretty quick in getting convinced. I also already do have a beta version of that updated driver from Intel.
Does that driver from Intel support the API? Or was that just the
Feel free to try.
For people, if you have a machine which has already operating system installed, it usually takes over your complete hard drive. So if we want to market Ecom Station to a broader market, you need some tool to resize.
By the mechanism of download the items, you need some bandwidth somewhere.
Okay.
Maybe you could even do it via download.com or something to get it out there. Once it is really solid, we could do that.
But that ISO will be English language?
Yeah, sorry, this is an English version, yeah. I'll try to provide more.
And that's a view that I'm not even sure IBM has right now. So it makes it very difficult for us to present it. The only thing I can see for us to do at this point is to be ready. We do have a situation where if IBM does this, we plan to do that. If IBM does this, we plan to do that. If IBM does not do this, we plan to do that. It makes it very difficult for us to have a linear strategy. But we think we don't need a linear strategy. The way hardware and users exist today, we can move forward in a sense with a strategy. Okay, it's not part of. Maybe at some point, 18, 24 months down the road, Ecom Station will come with a base virtual machine feature. But right now, it's a separate application. It's a separate.
You could already update.
I'll put it this way.
And virtual machine feature. That's the question.
Oliver Stein has been trying desperately to help me understand so many things. But we're talking about the pricing for VPC. All right, VMware is around $300. Virtual PC used to be around $220, $230. I think on the present Microsoft website, it's around $110, $120. I'm not really clear. But you can't obviously put that into the base Ecom Station product. It's way too expensive. So it has to be an option. The 4 CD set that we're talking about for a current Ecom Station user will probably be about $200. Okay. For a Warp 4 user, it will be $200 plus whatever the upgrade from Warp 4 to Ecom Station would be. For a new user, it would be essentially whatever the new user price for Ecom Station plus $200 would be. Now, in a couple of years, maybe it would be significantly less, maybe it'll be significantly more. It's going to depend on what things have to be added to the product to keep it current.
It'll be more, you get a bit of it.
PA would be, you know, somewhere, saying second quarter of next year. And there's a presentation on that by Robert tomorrow.
Better program will be announced.
Yeah, that's correct.
No, I didn't know it was 2 guys.
Oh, custom, okay.
It's a speaker, doesn't it?
That's true.
And have an upside potential of 100%. That's what she's making her money like that.
I went up to connected site, downloaded their patch, applied it to the system.
You know how to do parse arbs and parse bulls, that sort of thing. And this is the only foil here that's going to talk about anything other than the template. Just simply because I needed to cover the syntax here. Also, I wanted to have the opportunity to mention.
Chicken in there?
I know. I need to try and get a hold of it. This gets
Well, yeah, they do vary, and this is something on memory stick, they really do vary a lot in price. And I suspect some are much better than others, quality-wise. I've been involved in software maintenance, I guess, since shortly after I went to IBM, to work for IBM in 1965. There wasn't much software to maintain then, but we did do some. I started with OS2.
I mean, our wildest dream would be for that to become a problem for us. Whether that actually does or not, who knows? And like I was saying, our intention is to make this work as close to the worktouch shell as we can. Let's see if we can start.
10 minutes ago, let me go to the printer and pick it up. I don't want it in my hands right now. The 10 minutes it takes, because it's going to take me long. Something by the time it takes me to walk to wherever the shared printer is around the corner.
We do. In that business, you don't accept credit cards usually, but you send them invoices and they get paid eventually. And everything that has to do with single licenses being sold over the web and stuff, that's Nancy's job.
I was wondering if there has been any interest brought to your attention for just Flash and Fireworks by itself as a tool.
Eating lunch here at the grill. Yesterday everything was rather slow. If you'd like to try to expedite that a bit, they did give us some menus that you could pre-order.
I do get, I'm trying, but these turkeys, because of religious liability, so I'm thinking maybe I can just get away with
basic system that is supported on every platform that I can think of. So if you use event-based parsing and you don't rewrite the parser yourself, you probably end up using it.
You only have two choices anyway for OS2. You have Warpstock and you have the idea installed. You'd have to find anyway. Warpin is actually pretty easy to do, or pretty simple to install. If you get a complex install, they're tough to do no matter what you do.
I've dropped the GCC there.
Okay.
Because
It's
that's
mainly
not
an audit statement at this point, right? So.
And it is still one of the largest sort of development efforts available today. just in terms of some statistics, we have 13,700 people subscribed to the mailing list, 315 individuals and companies that have signed a joint audit item.
As far as Fire Office 7 goes, that's not going to be native OS2, it's going to be say defer questions.
Right. Yeah. So in terms of some other features, a certain group of users, such as OS2 users, you may want to use OpenOffice, but the other folks, because they want more functionality, may want Star Office or this additional functionality such as spell checker or a richer database. Go ahead.
I assume the file formats between the two are...
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, it's very high level of fidelity. And there's no, the format is fundamentally the same between the two applications.
I will skip a lot of thoughts here because you all know what OpenOffice is. Again, the transition issues or the issues with OS2 in general, there isn't a good Office suite that has any potential in the future. Well, so we just thought we'd make OpenOffice available, right? And again, Intertext development mission, I can't repeat it often enough.
I think you get it as a download. If you're an ecom station user, we're anticipating that the purchase price will be $30. If you're an OS2 user, we anticipate the purchase price will be $40. It will have the font engine integrated into the product.
If you're not an OS2 user, what are you doing here?
And obviously, as far as, I mean, you saw the Initech pricing.
1.2 gigahertz. Sorry, say megahertz. Okay, so this is how it comes up. So this is what makes it look like an A.
With Initech to discuss porting the virtual PC onto an OS2 platform. And frankly, I really like the people at Connectix, and I really like the people at Initech. But about, well, not this past summer, but the summer before that, we had some meetings with Connectix about what we consider to be our Linux strategy. At which point, Connectix kind of said there isn't going to be a Linux strategy. There's going to be a much more focus on Windows to, well, I'm hoping that we'll have a beta of the OS2 host before the end of the year. But when we talk about the virtual machine feature for Ecom Station, essentially what we're looking at is a 4-host product. You get a CD that has free BSD host and free BSD distribution, a Linux host and a Linux distribution, and then 2 more CDs which are essentially Ecom Station with a Windows host and an OS2 host. The license restricts you to running 1 host at a time. But unlike VMware or Virtual PC, you're not buying a product that has 1 host, and then if you need another host, you go and buy the other product again.
We're talking about a completely different product here. This has actually nothing to do with Virtual PC or VMware. It's the same kind of technology, but it is no copy of VPC and no copy of VMware either. First of all, I'd like to tell you something about what Nessus GmbH, the German company, is doing and what 202 does and what it did in the past. It starts out with what kind of operating system you are going to run inside a virtual machine. On the lower right corner, you can see what devices you have attached to the virtual machine and whether they are currently in use, reconnected. And I will continue. That is still 1.0. Any questions? Yeah.
When you have local network traffic, I mean, if you're going from a...
On my special X server, it only works if the guest has the same resolution as the host. how it looks if you do it full screen. In the configuration file, you can specify that it will automatically start in full screen or automatically switch on the VM when you click on the icon, so that for the user it will only look as if he had an OS2 desktop in front of him.
Instead of doing full screen, can you do a maximize window? You keep the title bar and everything, but maximize.
So more information we had that already. So I'd like to turn over to Bob, whether maybe he's going to say some final words.
Which is called the screen, but
The way I This session started as a conversation between Len and I about the future of OS2, and he was talking about open source and how it wouldn't work. And so I said, yeah, we kept talking, and Stanley suggested that we make a session out of it, and so here we are. And I think that these 4 people can give a very interesting view, and what I want to do is go through one at a time and just get their quick take on the future of OS2 and ecosystem. I think all of them have presented their views at other sessions, so I'm looking for...
And we don't have to worry about the future of OS2 or IBM or Microsoft or anybody else. That's my personal view. Bob?
Tell you what, the reason I'm doing this is because he made some very interesting statements about device support, application support, and so on. And I was just sort of opening the door to refresh his memory about the things he said.
Imagine me saying that, because I think really OS2 is in pretty good shape for that product. If I look at what I do with it today, there have been times when I've actually myself thought about switching to another operating system, like 2 years ago, because I couldn't get anything to work. I mean, we didn't have a decent browser. The Office situation was really, really bad. There was no such thing.
Heavily into that. I think we've had a really successful conference this year.
Version 1.2 and 2.1. There's some DOS 5, some Gamma Tech, unopened Gamma Tech.
Tell us on the box what it is, if none of us know.
504. Well, this is pretty good. The information is not bad, and this is Warp. So this is the later one. 555. OS2 Warp server for e-business. This price $1,600.
And I got a copy of that for $3.
Many shirts gone. Some magazines. We still have magazines for whoever didn't get one and feel that they were cheated.
Thank you, Warpstock.